Hello and welcome to class. My name is Rachel and this is my little friend Boo who's joining us today. We are doing standing Pilates for seniors. This is for balance, coordination and strength. This is for rebuilding lost muscle. All right, so this is a really good session for you to do and to repeat. So this will be hopefully your first of many. All right, so let's get started straight away. So you're going to start with your feet just underneath your hips. You're going to draw the tummy muscles in. So think of gently pulling in and bringing your arms down by your side. So starting with some Pilates breathing, which is going to fire up your core muscles, all right, and also improve your posture. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to breathe in and think of taking our arms out to the sides and at the same time feeling your ribs expanding to the side. And then as you breathe out, you're going to push your arms down like you're pressing your hands through water. And at the same time, feel your spine lengthening. All right, so you're going to inhale, expanding the ribs. And then exhale, pressing down, elongating that spine. Inhale and exhale. So this is just about building awareness in your body of your breath, trying to deepen the breath, because the deeper the breath, the more you're going to get that oxygen in the body, which is so good for you. And in Pilates, we emphasize the exhale because by exhaling, you're activating your core muscles all through here and here. Two more. Inhale and exhale. And one more. Inhale and exhale. Lovely. Let's have the hands on the hips now. And let's start with the feet because we're working on balance today. So if your feet are not strong and flexible in the ankles, very likely that you can have falls or lose your balance. So that's what we're going to work on for now. So looking down at your feet, let's try and lift all the toes off the floor. And then you're going to take them back down. So lift them all the way up and then take them down. Lift them up and take them down. Lift them up and take them down. And one more up and take them down. Now I want you to inhale and just lift both heels just off the ground, just a little, and then gently down. Lift them up and down. So this is all part of your warm-up. Lift and down. And we're trying to keep all 10 toes down on the floor. So even with me, you can see my ankles like to go out. So I've got to press down through those big toes and down. Inhale, lift and down. One more. Lift and down. Now I want you to go over onto the outside blade of your foot. So you're going to feel a deep stretch through the outside of the leg and then come back down. So we're going out and pressing the toes down. Out and down. Out and down. It's very good for warming up the ankles, getting that mobility through that part of the body. Two more. And down and out and down. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit of rhythm today to our class. And the rhythm is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to do 3 movements, and then on the 4th you're either going to do a hold or I'm going to give you something else to do. All right, so here's your first one. You're going to do bend the knees for 1, again for 2 and 3, and straighten the legs on 4. So it's 1, 2, 3 and straighten. The idea is you're trying to get deeper, deeper, deeper and straighten. So we're warming up all our thigh and knee muscles now. 1, 2, 3, and straighten. 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 Now we're going to do it going upwards. So we're going to lift for 1, a bit more for 2, a bit more for 3, and then lower on 4. So we're going to do a lift, lift, lift higher and lower down. Lift, lift, lift and lower down. Lift, 2, 3, and lower. Lift, 2, 3, and lower. Keep going, lift our arms into this one. So bend for 1, bend for 2, bend for 3, straighten on 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's softly moving through that knee and hip joints or joints, but we're really kind of challenging the muscles a little bit more by adding this pulsing movement. Good. And 1, 2, 3, and straighten. 1, 2, 3, and straighten. 2, 3, and straighten. And 1, 2, 3, and straighten. Now we're going to do the same thing with the heel rises. So we're going to lift, lift higher, and lower down. So we're going to go up, 2, 3, and down. 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 Keep going, 2, 3. So I want you to squeeze your thighs together so you're really stabilizing through your glutes. 2, 3, and down. One more time. Lift, 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 and down. Well done. Now we're going to step it out. Now I want you to keep that turned out position. And I want you to go as wide as you're comfortable with. Okay, generally I find that as people get older, they get more nervous about having their legs too far apart. All right, so be brave, but also be sensible in what you feel is a challenge but doable for you. Okay, and of course, those of you working with a chair, you just have the chair whichever side feels best for you. So same thing here, nice straight back. And then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and up. You can go as low as you care to. All right, but make sure knees are going over second toes. So don't let your knees come in. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. We're going to go lower, 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 and up. Lower, 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 and up. Lower, 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 and up. Keep going. Lower, 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 and up. Lower, 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 and up. Last time. And up. Okay, so now we're going to go up. Are you ready? Pull the tummies in. Keep the back nice and straight. We're going to lift, lift higher, lower down. Lift, 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 and lower. And if you can't lift any higher, just hold it. Yeah, so we're going 1, 2, 3, and lower. 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 And 1, 2, 3, and lower. Well done. Bring those feet back in. And then what we're going to do now, sorry, that's my dog sneezing. What we're going to do now is same rhythm, but we're going to do a little bit more work through the hips. Okay, so again, depending on your confidence in your movement, you can keep the feet low. If you're confident, you can bring them high. If you've had any work to the hips, hip replacement, etc., please don't go above the height of your hip. Okay, so this is the movement, keeping the feet, if you can, hip width apart. We're going to lift for 1, 2, 3, and hold. So it's 1, 2, 3, and hold. So just start moving with me. Don't worry about your arms yet. I'm going to bring that in a minute. 2, 3, and hold. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Now I want you to try and point your toes when your feet come off the floor. So you're really working all your foot muscles. Good. And 1, 2, 3, and hold. 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 Now stay there and let's bring out the opposite arm. So it's almost like you're marching. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, and hold. 1, 2, 3, and hold. 1, 2, 3, and hold. So this is your coordination, your balance, and your strength all put together. Good. And step, 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 and hold. Step, 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 and hold. So this is working all your lower body, your core, your glutes, your lower back. 2, and hold. And 1, 2, 3, and hold. And 1, 2, 3, and hold. And 1, 2, 3, and hold. Bring yourself down. Great. So we want to work the side of the body now, side of the hips. Okay, so we're going to take this leg out to the side and we're going to do a slightly different movement here. So again, we're going to keep that back straight but slightly tilted forward at hip level. So we're keeping your osteoporosis safe. So you're moving from the hip, you're not flexing your spine. Okay, and we're going to have the hands on the hips to start with. And we're going to lift for 1, 2, 3, and hold. Tap 1, tap 2, tap 3, and hold. 1, 2, 3, and hold. So if you've got a chair, you can put your chair here. Or if you can, do it without, please. And 1, 2, 3, and hold. 1, 2, 3, and hold. 1, 2, 3, and hold. And 1, 2, 3, and hold. Come on in, change sides. So there's a very slight bend of this knee. Again, tummies in, little tip forward. Here we go. So we're going to tap for 1, 2, 3, and hold. 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 Keep going. 2, 3. Now I know this is very challenging. Anyone would find this challenging at any age. 2, 3, and hold. 1, 2, 3, and hold. 1, 2, 3, and hold. Last time. 2, 3, and hold. Come on in. You can feel that, can't you? All around your hips. That's great. That is the muscles that we're using. Now, similar movement, but we're going to switch sides. So you're going to start this way. All right, and we're going to have, I think we'll have our arms down. So you're going to do this. So do it with me. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there's an and 4 in this one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3. So hold those arms out because we are working the arms and the back as well now. And 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. It's almost like you're doing a little dance. But as you can tell, it's a very, very effective for strengthening side of the leg. Very important to work the side of the body, because if you lose strength there, you're more likely to lose your balance. So very important to keep the side work going, and also the back work, which we'll be doing in a minute. And 1, 2, 3 and 4. Last time. 2, 3 and 4. Come on up. Good. Give those legs a little shake out. We're going to go this way now. I'm going to turn this way just so you can see what we're doing. So we have our right leg back. We are going to have, again, straight back but tipping forward, soft knee on the front. Okay, and we're going to start with our arms out. I'll see our little doggy's having a stretch there. And we're going to do 1, 2, 3 and hold. So it's tap down for 1, for 2, for 3 and hold. Now if you can add the movement of the foot, we want to do a flex, a flex, a flex and point. A flex, a flex, a flex and point. 1, 2, 3, lift. 1, 2, 3, lift. 1, 2, 3, lift, and 1, 2, 3, lift, and come in. Now you probably felt that in your lower leg. I know I did, as well as the bottom. That's fine. That's all good. Let's change legs. Reset for this side. Arms out in front, shoulders down, tummies in. So let's start with our foot flexed. All right, and think of the heel lifting. 1, 2, 3, then hold and point. Flex. 1, 2, 3, and point. 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 And 1, 2, 3, and point. Come on in. Great. Now we're going to challenge that balance a bit more. All right, and we're going to swap from side to side. So we'll start with the right leg behind. All right, and we'll keep the hands on the hips for a moment so you can just focus and concentrate on your legs. So this is your starting position, and then you're going to switch and you're going to go 1, 2, 3 and lift. And we're going to keep the foot flexed. All right, so you get that nice stretch through the Achilles tendon. And then other side, we'll go slow to start with. So we're switching for 1 and 2 and 3 and lift. 1, 2, 3 and lift. So when you're lifting, that leg is straight. So straight leg lift. That works your bottom muscles. 2, 3 and lift. And 1 and 2 and 3 and lift. And 1 and 2 and 3 and lift. Keep going. 2, 3 and lift. And 1, 2, 3 and lift. 1, 2, 3 and lift. And 1, 2, 3 and lift. Now just stay there. Let's widen the space between the front and the back leg. And then let's just lean into it now. Try and straighten up your back foot just so you get a nice calf stretch, okay? So just leaning forward, keeping that back heel down, shoulders relaxed. And take some deep breaths. Are you out of breath? Because I know I am. I don't know if it's me talking or moving, but whew. Just a few deep breaths there. Good. Now, if you can, I want you to transfer the weight. You might want to bring the back foot in a bit. Transfer the weight back. So now you are bending the back leg, straightening the front leg, And depending on how confident you feel, and again, you can have a chair one side the other or even in front for this. I just want you to sit your bottom down to the point you're feeling a stretch through the back of the leg. Okay. Good. Come up and change sides for that stretch. So first of all, the calf stretch. So bending the front knee, keeping the back heel down and leaning into it. Hands wherever you want, wherever you feel comfortable. Just try not to feel tense in the body. Just enjoy the stretch. And you want to feel a gentle pull. I don't want you overdoing anything. We want to really keep those bodies nice and supple. All right, then bring that foot in a little bit, that back foot. And let's change so the weight's in the back leg. The front leg straightens. And just think of sitting your bottom out. Or bottom out, should I say. Good. Come on up. All right, so we've done quite a lot on the lower body, and I'd like to do some on the upper body now. Arms, shoulders, and mid-back. So we're going to reach our arms up. We're going to pull them down into a V. And we're going to do 1, 2, 3, reach up on 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So very important with this that we don't pop the ribs forward. So think of ribs in and close as you do it. So keep going. Do your own counting if you wish. 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we're going to really tone those arms with this one. And 4. Now, my challenge to you today, everybody, as this is our live monthly, is to see if you can do all the following exercises without putting your arms down. There's only a few minutes to go until the end of the session, so let's try it, shall we? I'm going to try and do it as well. 3 and 4, and 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now bring your arms forward, turn the palms up, draw the shoulders down like so. And now we're going to tap the shoulder, reach it out. Tap, reach out. Tap, reach out. Tap. Good. So try not to drop your shoulders. That is your challenge for today. Good. And tap, reach out. Tap, reach out. Tap, reach out. 4, 4. And 3, and 2, and 1. Very good. Now from there, don't drop your arms. Bring your arms up and lift your elbows as far as you can. Now try and tap the back of your shoulders. Yeah? Tap, extend. Tap, extend. Tap, extend. So this is working the triceps and the biceps. Tummy's in. Standing tall, and tap, and tap. Good. Tap, and tap. 4, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Leave those arms up, leave them up, and now just take them to the shoulders and bring them up. Shoulders and up, down, and up, down, and up, down, and up, down, and up. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Now just bend at the elbows. 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Well done. Now bring your arms forward. Take them out. Bring them forward. Take them out. Bring them forward. Find that shoulder stretch and chest stretch as you go back. Forward. Stretch back. Forward. Stretch back. Forward. Stretch back. You're still with me? We're nearly there. Don't worry, I'm keeping an eye on the time. And forward. And back. And forward. And back. Now we're going to go forward. Turn your palms down. Bend at the elbows. All right. And now rotate back. Rotate forward and out. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2. Are you feeling it? I hope so. Back. 2, 3, and 4. Back. 2, 3, and 4. Back. 2. You've only got 1 minute to go. You can do it. 2, 3, and 4. Back. 2, 3, and 4. Back. 2, 3, and 4, and back. 2, 3, and 4. Reach the arms out, up and down. Circle them out, up and press them down. So turn the palms, go out, go up, push down. Turn the palms, go out, go up and down. Turn the palms, go out, go up and down. Turn the palms, go out, go up and down. Reverse, go up, out, forward, palms down, 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 and up, out, forward, palms down. Bring your arms down, whoo, and give them a little shake out. Now, when you can do all of those movements without putting your arms down, then you could move on to another video, as I know that was a challenge. All right, let's finish with some lovely stretches. So you're going to take a deep breath in, arm up, breathe out, little side stretch, gentle, gentle, gentle to wherever you want to go. Lift and come down. And then we're going to take other arm up, side stretch over, lift and down. Inhale, exhale over, lift and down. Inhale, exhale over, lift and down. And we're going to finish as we started with the breath work. Are you ready? So draw the tummy in, breathing in, expanding your ribs, arms out to the side, breathing down, push the hands down, feel your spine get taller. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last time. Inhale, big breath, and exhale. Lift the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, big stretch out. Inhale up. Exhale out. And last one. Inhale up and exhale out. And there you go. That is your 30 minutes of standing Pilates for seniors, for balance, for strength, for coordination. We did quite a thorough workout. I really hope you enjoyed it. And as I said at the beginning, very, very important. This is the kind of workout I'd love you to be doing at least 3 times a week. I would aim for 4. If you do that within 6 to 10 weeks, you are really going to feel a difference in your strength and an improvement in your balance. So do think about that. Consistency is key. On that note, this is a live chat. So if you're here doing this with me live, I will come and talk to you shortly on the live chat. If you've got any questions or you want to say hello, please put that in the live chat now. If you're watching on record, then why not stick around for the chat, because you never know what you might learn. All right, and before I go, I want to say, please do press the like button. It's a little thing for you to do, but it makes a huge difference to me and to growing this channel, which I really want to do. My goal is to get to 1 million subscribers. I've got a long way to go, but you can help me. I'd love you to be part of my journey. So please do press the like button. Please do subscribe. When you're a subscriber, you can talk to me on the chat as well, because that's subscribers only. So please think about doing that. And of course, share with any groups that you know, anyone you think may benefit from doing some Pilates with us. All right, so thank you very, very much. Huge thanks from me. As you can see, Boo's done her workout. She's enjoying her little rest. And have a lovely, lovely day. I'll see you soon. Thank you, everybody. So I'm going to come onto the chat now. I just wanted to point out this dog. She's just so relaxing. That's what Pilates does for you, see? It makes you feel like this, everybody. Anyway, I'm going to come onto the chat now. And if you've not joined me before, welcome. It's lovely to have you here. Let me just refocus for a sec. And just to let you know that I do a Pilates for seniors on the first Monday of every month live. So that was today. So it's the first Monday in August. I don't know where this year is going. It's going like that. Do go and check out the seniors and gentle beginners playlist. I have one big playlist which just has everything that I've done in that category. All right, so that's senior and gentle beginners. And where this works really well is it works really well if you are 65 plus and you want specific exercises to help with the things that change in our bodies. And that's in all our bodies post 60 generally. Although I have to be honest, changes happen much earlier in your body, but we tend to associate it more with what we call senior, the 60 plus age group. I am actually 60, so I'm in that age group as well. Things do change, and it's very important to keep on top of those and keep working on your well-being. So the seniors and gentle beginners playlist, there's one long one, but I also now post a short one every week, which is different every week. That goes out on a Sunday. So we're currently on the August week 1 senior and gentle Pilates playlist. And in that one, there are 5 videos, and they are 5 recommended videos for you to do during your week. And the reason I do that is lots of people asked me if I could do the selection, because it can be a bit overwhelming. I know when you come to the channel and there are so many videos and you're thinking, I just don't know where to start. So I would say the best place is starting at the beginning. You'll see I have a playlist called Test Your Personality playlist. That's also in the seniors, and that is a selection of videos for you to try, for you to decide what works for you. Because what I have also found with people who are 60 plus, some people prefer not to do mat work. So I've adapted lots of exercises to make them accessible so that you can do them standing. Some of them we can do with weights, with chairs, with resistance bands, but I've adapted all the kind of Pilates classical exercises which are done on the mat into standing exercises, so you've got that option as well. If you do the Test Your Personality playlist, that will give you an idea of what feels good for you. It will also give you an idea of where you need to be thinking about working on, because everybody's different. All right, so as we get older, our bodies change, but they all change in different ways. Some people might find balance is more of an issue. Some people might find their flexibility is more of an issue. Sometimes it's a bit of both. It can be all different things. Sometimes people need more core work or more leg work, whatever it might be. And in that playlist is a whole variety of videos, some standing and some on the mat. So it'll give you an idea of what might feel good for you, but also what you might need to work on. just before I go to the chat, the other thing I wanted to say was, if you can get down on a mat, please don't avoid that. I know there are people watching who cannot get down on the floor and safely get up again. I totally understand that. So this is not for you. But if you are able to get down on the floor for the mat work with a nice soft mat, yeah, let me show you. You want a mat that's really thick. Can you see this one? This is my favorite pink one. It's very, very thick. See how thick it is? This is 10 millimeters thick, this one. If you can get down on the mat, I promise you it is really, really beneficial, and it's also a very safe way to work on your core, to work on your balance, to work on lots of strengthening exercises. And the mix of the two, in my opinion, in my own body, as I'm getting older, I find the mix of the two very beneficial. So do try, if you can, to do my senior mat Pilates as well as these standing sessions, because they are a great complement to each other. Right, I'm going to stop talking now for a second so we can go on to the chat and say hello. Going to say hello. First of all, I don't know if you're still watching June. I didn't have a chance to message you before class, but I can see you've posted in here. June, over in Canada, you had a fall yesterday. I'm so sorry to hear that, June. You've got bruised knees and your back stiff, and you're crediting Pilates for being up and moving this morning. Well, well done, June. Please, please, please take care of yourself. Completely understand that you're not joining us today. But see how you feel in a few days' time. You might find this one, because it's standing, it's gentle enough that you could come back or maybe do the first 10 minutes or so and see how you go. But I'm really sorry to hear that you had a fall. These are the things that can happen, everybody. And, you know, with our best intentions, sometimes it just happens to us. We lose our balance for whatever reason. And so we do have to think about that as we get older. We want to stay strong in our bones, right? Because then if you do fall, it's less likely you're going to break something. You also need that flexibility. And this is a really important point, and I'm sorry that it's come up with you, June, but I can see that it's a good reason to mention. When people, and I've had this before when I've worked with older people in my private one-to-one classes in London, one of the things I found with people, particularly 70 plus, but there is 60 plus as well, was very stiff in the ankles and the feet. That's why I was doing all the footwork today and the lifting of the heels. Because if you're really, really stiff in this part of your leg and really tight in your muscles, and you're walking along and you trip, because you don't have that flexibility, you're not going to be able to get your foot out quick enough. You're not going to be able to move it with enough range to maybe prevent the fall being a bigger fall. And so flexibility in your ankles and your toes, very, very important. And people completely forget that. And I really know this because I used to work with a couple of semi-professional golfers in London who were older gentlemen who'd golfed all their lives. And I remember saying to them, you know, you've really got to work on your ankles. And they didn't really get it until I started challenging them with these really simple lifts like we were doing today, and them not being able to get their heels right up. All right, so our foot is supposed to be able to do this, and the toes should come up, the toes should be able to separate, and having that mobility and flexibility will really make a difference if you happen to trip. Okay, so that's why we were doing that today. My lovely June, I really hope you get well soon. Look after yourself, and thank you for popping in. That was really sweet of you, considering you're not feeling very well today. But I'm glad that you're already up and moving. That's really, really, really good. Hi to Robin Newcomb. Robin's over in Zurich. I was going to say Australia, but you're Australian, you live in Zurich. That's right, isn't it, Robin? Lovely to see you. I hope you enjoyed yourself today. Hello to Marilyn, who says, thank you, Rachel. I love the senior standing Pilates. I have seen great improvement in my flexibility. I'm so pleased to hear that. Thank you very much for telling us, Marilyn. Nice to see you today. Hello to Cheryl in Virginia. It says, hi Rachel and Cohen. It's humid and sunny here, but we are watching and waiting to see which way Hurricane Debbie goes. Oh my goodness. Well, I keep my fingers crossed for you, Cheryl. Hello to you. And yes, Boo says hello as well from her bed. Look, she's still fast asleep over there. She's a funny girl. Marion Wilk, hello Marion, lovely to see you. Really glad you liked that workout, Marilyn. Thank you for sharing. It was a little bit dancey. I like to put a bit of rhythm in because I think that's also really good for the brain. I quite like the challenge of not just doing an exercise but having to count and remember the counting, so it's really good for the brain and all those neural networks in the body. Hello to Mary Margaret Seagraves. Hello Mary, lovely to have you, and thank you very, very much for your donation today, much appreciated. Hello to Martine de Kerpel, everyone sending lovely June their best wishes, which is really nice to see. Hi to Sue De Pinto. Hi Sue, lovely to see you here. Hope you enjoy it. Hi to Jane, who's in Michigan. Hello Jane in Michigan, lovely to see you here. Marion Wilkes says, oh my gosh, I need to work on my balance. I could do all the arm work. Well done, Marion. Well, Marion, that shows you how strong you are. So well done, because I was feeling that arm work today. But I thought it'd be good to put an upper body challenge in. So sounds to me, Marion, like the leg work and the ankle work and all those balances are your challenge. So maybe this is one to do again at some point. Hello to Deborah Payne. Hi Deborah, lovely to have you here. Deborah says, thank you so much. This was a great workout. Oh, you're very, very welcome, Deborah. Lovely to have you. Hello to Carla La Bombard. Who says, good morning, Rachel and Cohen and Boo. Happy Monday. Best way to start my day. Phew, my arms are burning, but they feel good. Thank you, Rachel. Kofi done. Thank you so much, Carla, for your Ko-fi donations, and thank you to all of you that donate to me on Ko-fi. I haven't found a way to link it up yet, but I know there is a way I can link my Ko-fi to my YouTube, so that's something I will work on. But for those of you who don't know, Ko-fi is my creator page where I post exclusive previews and recipes and little bits and bobs. Newsletters. I have a newsletter as well that you can sign up for if you wish. And occasionally I put that out on Ko-fi as well. But it's where you can go if you want to support me on a regular basis. You can set it up a monthly subscription, or I call it a donation, because there is no obligation to support me. Obviously, if you do, it makes a big difference, because the more support I get, the bigger I can make this channel, because we work within the capacity that we get our donations, if you know what I mean. But so if you can support me with a monthly donation, that would be much appreciated. And the best way to do that is via Ko-fi, which is why you see it mentioned by a few people. But I know there's also a lot of you that like to just give me a donation on YouTube on the day, and that's great as well. So thank you, whichever way you decide to do it. Danielle McLaughlin says, wow, that was a thorough workout. I might not be able to lift my arms for a while. Thanks so much. Oh, you're very welcome, Danielle. I'm really glad you felt that in your arms, because sometimes I think we forget about the arms, don't we, and the work in the arms. But I do all my exercise. I do use weights, but most of my work is, and this is from, actually, this is, to tell you the truth, this is not from dance, and it's not even from Pilates. This muscle here is because I used to do camera work, and I used to hold my camera like this. I used to work in television in the UK and make documentaries, and I used to shoot them myself. And I used to hold a digital camera like this for hours and hours and hours. And I think that's where I got that muscle from. I do have one the other side, but it's not quite as big. Can you see? But anyway, it's nice that they're still there. The fact they're still there is because I do keep up my Pilates now. So I do a lot of body work, and that's weight bearing, work where I am working against the weight of my own body. And as you know, I do have quite a lot of sessions now with weights on the channel, which are very popular. Anyway, Elaine Cox. Hello, Elaine. Elaine says, struggled with the arms as I'm recovering from rotator cuff problems. Then the leg work was great. Hello, Elaine. Lovely to see you. Elaine, have you seen, I've got a video on the channel for rotator cuff recovery. You might like to have a look at that if you get a moment. It's with a light resistance band, but if you're still in the very painful stage, you can do it without the band. But have a look, you'll find that under my playlist Pilates for injuries and medical conditions. But you might find it helps. It's very, very careful work. Obviously, when you've got a rotator cuff issue, you don't really want to be bringing those arms above shoulder height. So I would imagine that's where it was a little bit uncomfortable for you, Elaine. But have a look at that video if you get the chance and give it a go. See how you feel. Marion says, Boo is so cute. She is. She's a sweetie, isn't she? She's very, very good in the studio now. Robin Nugent says, great balance work. Excuse me. My muscles feel it and raised a sweat. Thanks, Rachel, for another really good one. You're very welcome. Excuse me a second. That's because my throat is dry because it's so warm in the UK today. You can see the sun pouring in. I think it's about 26 degrees and very, very humid here. Martin de Kerpel says, that was marvellous. How you find all that inspiration, that coordination was cool to do, balletic. But not always easy. And I could do the arms at the end and felt it in the shoulders. Thank you. Well, well done, Martine. I'm really glad, yes, you liked all that coordination. I was actually in the studio this morning working it all out for you because I just wanted to give you something new and different today, but still really good functional work. So that's great to hear. Marion Wilt says, I do your beginner videos every now and then. I love them. Good reminder on my breathing. Rachel, can I ask which fitness watch you are wearing? Yes, you can. Which fitness watch is it? Oh, I'm going to have to remember because my lovely husband bought it for me for a birthday. It is a Fitbit. I'm not sure which one though. It's sort of gold round the edge. It's the square one and it does everything on here. So it monitors my steps, the distance covered, the floors, calories burned, activity, how much water I'm drinking, my heart rate, which currently is about 104, so that's good, that's fat burning mode, sleep, weight, and all that stuff. I can't remember which one it is though, but if Kerwin's still listening, he will post it on there. But it is the brand is the Fitbit, and it's one of the more recent ones. And I tend to use it mostly, I don't look at calories at all. I tend to use it mostly for checking my heart rate more than anything. And every now and then I like to see steps. But to be honest, because I have a dog, I generally always cover the steps I need to do daily because I have to take the doggy for a walk. So there we are. But these are really good as a guide. I have to say, if you were going to ask me, whether it was worth getting one, I would say yes, it was, because, sorry, I'm just going down the chat here. Who was it who asked me? I'm sorry, I've lost, oh, it's Marion. Yeah, if you're going to ask me if it was worth getting one, I absolutely think it was, because I wasn't as aware of things like heart rate, and steps and all that sort of thing before. And now I've got very familiar because I've had this for a few years. If you remember, I think I wore this one, or I might have worn the one before. I upgraded at one point, but I wore it all the way through lockdown, and it was more in lockdown I used it a lot because obviously we were all locked in, and I'm thinking, I'm not getting any steps in. I need to be moving more. I need to get my heart rate up. So that's what it's really good for. So it's definitely a Fitbit if that helps. That's the brand. Leotie, hello Leotie, lovely to see you here. Leotie says, thank you Rachel, quite a challenge and I appreciate the live chat. Oh, thank you very much Leotie, well, it's lovely to see you today. Hello to Suzette Howes. Hello Suzette, who says she really enjoyed it, which I'm delighted about. Hello to Jeanette. Jeanette says, excuse me, hi everybody. A wonderful class today. My body is tingling. Looking forward to a week of more challenges from you. Thank you. Yes, just so you know everyone, I need to tinker with the YouTube, but I have made the senior, it's August week 1, senior and beginner Pilates playlist. It is public, but I need you to switch it onto the front page, but you will find it under playlist if you look there. Okay, who else have we got here? Today we've got AF who says, thank you, wonderful as always. Big thanks for your recent hip workout. I've got arthritis in both hips and both knees and it really helped ease the pain. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Was that the gentle hip mobility? I think it might be that one that you mentioned, which is very soft on the hips, but very, very good. And yeah, for anyone with arthritis, I know that the pain is horrible with arthritis. And what I can tell you categorically, hand on heart, absolutely true, that if you move, you will reduce the pain. It's just making sure that the movement you do is suitable for the condition you have. So if you've got really bad knee arthritis, you don't want to be doing extensive amounts of movement on one leg, one knee, because that's just going to make it worse. But you do want to be moving those knees. So for example, you could do one of my knee-safe Pilates workouts down on the mat, okay, if you can get down and get up safely, or you can do my standing work, or I do have a lovely knee exercise video for knee arthritis, which is called Pilates for Very Painful Knees in a Chair. That's my most popular session, I think, after seniors. That's probably the most popular one I have on the channel. And I think it's because it's, apart from the fact, I have to say, it is really good. I've had it recommended by physiotherapists. I've had people come to me via their physiotherapists and said, these are exactly the exercises they told me to do. It's made a real difference. If you have hip arthritis, oh sorry, it's my dog. If you have hip arthritis, you want to be mobilizing those hips, but just working in a comfortable range, all right? And to some extent, you do have to work through a little bit of pain because arthritis is generally bone on bone. If it's osteoarthritis, that is, it's bone on bone. Very painful. But what can happen is because of the pain, some people will move less. And when you move less, you get more stiff. And when you get more stiff, it's harder to move. And therefore, when you do move, it's even more painful. So trying to maintain an element of flexibility and strengthen your muscles, very, very important. And that's why we do these senior sessions, for all those reasons. And AF, I am so glad that these are helping you. So thank you so much for sharing that, and just keep moving. All right. Leotie says, couldn't do all the arm work because of shoulder pain, but I did as much as I could. I really liked the leg work. Yay. Glad to hear that. Donna Angus says, looking forward to doing this one. Thank you. Martine de Kerpel says, how much fruit do you eat doing green keto? That's a good question. So yes, going on to a nutrition question here. For those of you that don't know, I follow a keto green eating, I wouldn't call it a diet. That's just the way I eat now, keto green. So that's very low on carbohydrates, but a very good proportion of protein. I have protein with every single meal. But the keto green way of eating, which was created by Dr. Annika Becker in the States, includes fasting in the morning. So I do fast every morning. I don't have breakfast. I only have black coffee and I have 2 meals a day, but I keep them within an 8-hour window. And I found for me, managing inflammation in my own body, that way of eating, so that way of fasting and eating has worked very well. There's also a really wonderful woman called Dr. Mindy Peltz, who talks a lot about fasting for women, fasting for managing menopause as well was very helpful, and I do read a lot of her work. I think she's very, very good. There's also a chap in the UK, I think he's in the UK. I've never seen him speak actually. I should have done by now, but I've got his book, Dr. Will Cole. He might be worth some of you checking out. He is a doctor and a scientist, and he talks about eating to reduce inflammation. And when you get older, inflammation is a big thing. Because obviously any arthritic condition, any form of arthritis is an inflammatory condition. And if you can change your eating to reduce inflammation, it makes a big difference in your body. It certainly has for me. So Martine, on the keto green, I basically only really have, I don't eat a lot of fruit, to be honest. I mostly have berries. So dark berries like blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, when they're in season in the UK, which is generally only around August time. Yeah, mostly berries, I would say. I do have avocados. I think they're a fruit, aren't they? But I don't have a lot of other fruit. I might have an apple every now and then. But I don't eat a lot of fruit. I think on Keto Green we have, if I remember rightly, you can have mango, papaya, which are lovely, pineapple. Pineapple actually is a natural painkiller. It's got a I forget what it's called, the name of it. Sorry, I'm not an expert on this thing, but I know it's got something in it beginning with B that helps reduce pain. So it's quite good if you have painful conditions, having some kind of pineapple juice. But of course, if you are going to go down that route, please don't buy one that is a ready-made juice with added sugar. You really want to keep the sugar out, because that will increase inflammation. Anyway, there we go. That's probably something we should do on another day, isn't it? Our eating. Sarah Veronica says, any exercise is good exercise. Thank you for all your enthusiasm. You're very welcome, Sarah. Caroline Hardy says, oh, missed the reminder. Watch the end and I'll do it later in the morning. Thank you. You're very welcome, Caroline. Lovely to see you here. Ranjita Panda, hello to you. Lovely to see you. Okay, Sue Wood says, hi Rachel, daft question maybe, but I really struggle to bend my knees with my ankles together. Is that an ankle mobility issue? Bend your knees with your ankles together. Right, I'm going to have to work this one out, Sue. Bend your knees with your ankles together. Do you mean with your feet parallel like so, or when they're like this? Generally, bending your knees with your ankles together. To be able to keep the heels down, you need to have a level of flexibility in the lower part of the leg. So that is the sort of the calf, but going down particularly through the Achilles tendon. And also, yes, there's a lot of ankle flexibility needed there. So yes, that's what I would say. If that's the position you mean, that's what I would estimate it to be. So really, yes, work on your ankle mobility. I have a really, you can do this one again today, Sue. By all means, put it in your once a week regular to do, because that's one thing I would suggest to everyone. If there's a certain thing that you notice in your body is a bit difficult, for example, as Sue's saying, at her ankle mobility, and you find a workout that we do where there's a focus on that, then put that in your regular weekly sessions in addition to the playlist, and then that'll be something that you can work on, but you can also charter your progress on it. You know, do it for say 6 to 10 weeks and then see how you're feeling. And if you're finding it's much easier, I always think 10 weeks is a good guide Do something for 10 weeks. That's a really good way to tell and to be accountable and also to see your progress. Do it for 10 weeks regularly and see where you're at then. That's often what I would recommend to people. Elaine Cox says, yes, thank you. I've done the shoulder routine and it helps. I will try it again next week. I also love happy hips. Yes. That is a really nice video. Thank you, Elaine. I've been doing that for a couple of years now, keeping the sciatica away. I'm 74 now, by the way. Well, that's absolutely brilliant. Really glad to hear that, Elaine. Yeah, so with the shoulder, Elaine, with your rotator cuff, just avoid that overhead work. If that is painful, just leave it out, particularly when you're in recovery. As we get older, recovery is slower. You still recover, it just takes a bit more time. So just be really kind to yourself and work within a comfortable range where you can keep building that strength without causing yourself any pain. Oh, you like the watch, Marion? Thank you. Okie doke. You have inflammation, Marion. Right, you might be, I mean, there's lots of reasons for inflammation in the body, far too many to go into today. I am kind of thinking about the fact that I'd like to start putting together some other videos for you that maybe talk about some of these issues that come up for you all. But yes, there are many reasons, but I have found that the fasting, Marion, was a simple thing to do that did help. It did go some way to helping with inflammation. And I think with fasting, what you can do is you can just take it very slowly. You can slowly build the gap between dinner and breakfast the next day. The easiest way to fast is overnight. So, you know, have your dinner half an hour earlier and have your breakfast half an hour later. And it means you've fasted for another hour more than you usually do. And often, you know, getting the system working well, the digestive system, obviously the liver is where we detox our bodies. Giving that some support is very important, particularly when you are post-menopause. And that's what the keto green does, and the green is the clue. There's a lot of green vegetables in there, all of which will really help detox the liver, really help with inflammation. So maybe have a look at that, Marion. Leotie, oh, thank you. Yes, you're right. It is bromelain. Yeah, that's the one. Thank you very much indeed. A couple of you see, you're so clever, you guys. Look, Leotie, Samantha, you both got that. So well done. Thank you very much indeed. You're quite right. It's the bromelain. Okay. Martine, you say you do the 2 meals a day and a green smoothie with 2 fruits, but you take banana, so it's not keto. Rather low on carbs. Yeah, banana I don't tend to have much of because for me it's quite sugary. So I tend to not have that so much, but I know it is very tasty. Sue says, sorry, I mean with my heels together. Heels together, bending your knees with your heels together. I'm still trying to work that out. I think it is an ankle thing, Sue. I think you're probably tight in the area between the base of your calves. So it probably is your calf muscle as well. So I would say more stretching of the calves, more working of the lower legs. Have a look at my foot and ankle mobility video. I think that would be a really good one for you. MM says, could you please give me the name of the doctor who wrote the book regarding the anti-inflammatory diet? Thank you. And Cohen's put Dr. Annika Becker. Yes, that is one of the people. Annika Becker did the keto green, but the doctor that did the inflammatory, the book to reduce inflammation, is a Dr. Will Cole. Kerwin, if you're still listening, it's the one you bought me for Christmas, which is in the kitchen. So that's Dr. Will Cole. He does, it's very similar, I have to say, very similar to the Keto Green, very, very similar. But they're both a good read. So, you know, either buy one or borrow one from your local library. And yes, Martine, yes, you're right. Bio-curcumin is very good. That is you can get that. That's an element of turmeric. So yes, indeed, lots of really good advice coming through today, everyone, on inflammation. So thank you very much for that. The other really important thing to do is this, which I don't do enough of: drink more water, at least 1.5 litres of water a day. When you're older in particular, you should be heading towards at least 2 litres. So I read this morning. I always try and do a little bit of reading up on stuff every week so I can help you all with advice. Anyway, it's time to go, everyone. I'm sorry to leave you, but it's been lovely spending this time with you. I will be back on the first Monday of next month with a live seniors session, so do look out for that. And don't forget that I now post you a weekly seniors playlist with 5 videos every Sunday. All right, so that's a really good way of keeping up with me, keeping up with what's going on in our world. All right, so thank you very much, darling. My husband's just posted that for you guys there. Ketotarian by Dr. Will Cole, that's the one. Thank you, my love. And to all of you, sending you lots and lots of love. Have a really fantastic week, and I'll see you all very soon. Take care, and bye for now.